Hey, what's going on everyone? This is Nick, or the Financial Ace here. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the reasons I decided to leave high school at the age of 17. Now, just a quick disclaimer here, I'm not saying you should do what I do or what I say. Take my opinion with a grain of salt. However, recently this year I did decide to make the switch from physical high school to online school, and today I'm going to be talking about the reasons I ultimately decided to leave school. Now let's not waste any time and let's jump right into it. We have the number one reason right here, which was time wasters. I think on average, after I calculated it every day at school, I was wasting between 3 and 4 hours by the time I got there and back. By the time we had all the breaks between classes, there was lunch, there was the first 5 and 10 minutes and the last 5 and 10 minutes of every class that were wasted just because people were so rowdy. The list goes on for all the things that wasted time in school, and that's pretty much reason number one, was wasted time. Now, coming in at the number 2 spot, we have teachers. Now, teachers became a problem as soon as I started high school. From grades literally 8 to 12, teachers were a major problem for me. Whether it was they were losing my work, they were calling me stupid, they were calling me useless, they were calling me lazy, even though I was actually a really great student through all of high school and managed to keep grades A's and B's throughout the whole thing. Now, coming in at the number 3 spot, we have mental health. Now, I know this is kind of a taboo subject and not really talked about a lot. However, school for me at least really deteriorated my mental health, and it made it really hard to want to wake up every day and go to school because I was wasting time. I had teachers that I didn't like or that were mean, and various other reasons I'll get into. School ended up just causing mass amounts of anxiety for me and almost caused a little bit of depression, which I know it does for a lot of high school students as they have to manage work, their home life, which could be stressful already, their school life, which is hard enough just because of the amount of work, and many other things. So that's why mental health came in at the number 3 spot, and let's get on to the next one. Now, number 4 is self-education. Now, I discovered self-education in about grade 10 when I became interested in the entrepreneurship space. Even though I was an entrepreneur from day one and have been doing random side hustles, jobs, and starting businesses to make money literally since I was probably about 12 years old, this was the year that it really became all real to me and figured out I could make a full-time income from home with online business. Now, the online business that I decided to start was drop shipping. I did this for about 5 months. I would literally get home from school every day or get home from work every day and start working on drop shipping, whether it was learning what to do. I bought multiple $1,000 courses. I would build websites. I would try different products. I would learn marketing, and I really enjoyed the whole experience. Now, also with self-education, at this time I started reading, which I was not at all into before, which really motivated me to keep going with online business and self-education. Now that wraps up the number 4 spot at self-education, so let's get on to number 5. Coming in at the number 5 spot, we have useless information or no life skills. Now, I'm sure many of you know, if you're an entrepreneur, that school does not really teach you anything important. In my opinion, school could end, where I live at least, in grade 8, and we'd be quite fine without learning how to factor trinomials and how to write a 20-page essay. Now, things like this may help with your learning in the short term, but it's not going to benefit you in the long term in life, and while it may help you secure a nice 40K a year job, it's not really going to help you if you are an entrepreneur. Now, there are many skills you can actually learn in school that could potentially be useful for you and your career if that's the route you decide to take, like cooking, shop classes, and things like that actually are life skills you could end up using for a career. But if you're like me and many other entrepreneurs, you figured that school was pretty useless and you weren't getting anything out of it, the skills classes were for workers and it wasn't for you, so you kind of just looked past that and decided that you would just figure it out on your own. Now, if you're anything like me, then you know your parents are pretty strict when it comes to school, and you know that they weren't going to really take lightly to this. Now, coming up to the second part of the video, I'm going to kind of talk about what happened and what I did about this. Now, in September 2019, I went to my parents with a PowerPoint presentation on why I should be able to do online school and not go back to physical school. At first, they were a bit confused and thought I liked school, but then came to realize all the struggles I was having with school and were pretty open to me switching to online. Now, after I switched to online school, I quickly realized that everything was up to me. Whether things got done or not was up to me, and I could manage my own time now, which therefore meant I could focus more time on other things like business and entrepreneurship. The month of November came, and this is when I decided to start my phone flipping business, where I decided that I was just gonna do school and flip phones at the same time, which didn't really end up working out. I was totally focused way more on the business and making money, ended up making about $2,500 in my first month, and was a little bit addicted. This was the exact moment that I realized that I'm not gonna waste my time with school anymore. I'm not gonna waste my time with things I don't wanna do anymore, which is really the message I'm trying to convey to you in this video. Do not waste your time or spend your time doing something you hate. Even if you're gonna have to work double or triple the hours or amount to get the same results in something else. Let's say you have a 40K a year job you hate right now. Go and work a job at McDonald's, flip phones, flip things, start an online business, do whatever you need to do to quit that job, but quit as soon as you can. Do not waste your time doing something you hate. That is the main thing I'm trying to stress here, because time is one of the things we have in life that you can't get back. You can always make money doing something else, make money here, make money there, but you cannot get time back. You can't buy time. And coming to this point, this is what's happening right now. I spend most of my time day to day working on my own businesses, and as an entrepreneur, I get really busy and try not to focus on school, to be 100% honest. Another thing I want to point out that people may have questions about is, what about graduation? So I'm in my last year of high school, and what normally would happen is at the end of the year, right around May, I would graduate with everyone else and go and walk the stage and get my useless piece of paper diploma that would pretty much amount to me doing nothing with. Now, the reason I decided to do online school as well is because when people do this and go and get their diploma and take pictures with everyone and go to grad and go to prom and all these things, to me, what this is really saying about them is school's taking all the credit for everything you are as of right now. And I don't want school to take credit for who I am right now, is because school is not the one to give credit to. I'm to give credit to myself, as I'm the one who chased this education myself. I spent the money on the courses, I read the books, I spent the night staying up and working on my own projects and learning myself when school couldn't teach me. Therefore, I recommend you to chase your own self-education rather than to go to school. What I really want to happen is not to finish school, as it's really a waste of my time and I could just kind of flunk out. However, the main problem I'm facing here, which is what many of you I'm sure are facing, is you have parents that are very much not supportive of this goal. However, the main reason I want to drop out of high school, and a lot of people do drop out of high school, this is the main success factor in a lot of dropouts, is it gives you the kick you need. Let me explain that. If I were to drop out of high school tomorrow, pretty much I would know in the back of my head immediately that I have to support myself, and everything I do from here on out is on me. I am not reliant on my parents for rent, for food, for money, for anything. That I know that I made my own decisions, and now everything is on me. This is, I think, the kick that a lot of people like when they drop out of high school or university, that they know everything's on them, therefore they can work a lot harder and accelerate in their businesses, generating more and more money, and ultimately becoming financially independent while being a dropout. Now, what I recommend you to actually do is figure out what you want in life as soon as you can. The faster you figure that out, the more time you can spend on doing that and spending less time on the things you don't like in my case, school. School has been a burden for me for a couple years now, and I would prefer to just leave it out of my life at this point and chase after the things I want. I can go make a living for myself right away, right now, if I wanted to, without school, and that's what I'm considering doing. With that all being said, that's going to wrap up today's video. So if you liked, please make sure to comment down below and share your thoughts. Also, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.